All right, YouTube. Hi. First of all, I am Tavana Star, and welcome to Saved and Manifesting. I hope did you hear me? I got the windows open. I don't know. It's been a while. I got like a strange bang thing going on, but I think I look real boho. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. I have just not really been feeling like doing content. And I really haven't been on TikTok either. I've taken a break from all of like social media platforms that I've been building for the month of April because I am focusing on some things that I want to see happen in my life. And as far as TikTok is concerned, I am still learning about um, manifestation and how really what I want to do as far as manifestation and TikTok is YouTube is concerned. So I'm just kind of taking my time. Um, And so, yeah, but I am back, and I want to make a quick video because I have a success story. I have one success story out of like a few success stories that I want to share. And I want to talk about why circumstances don't matter when it comes to intentionally manifesting. So let's get into that. So the success story is I had wanted a brand collaboration. Like I wanted to do like I've been wanting to do more like reviews on TikTok. So I wanted to like collab with brands that I love like Temu, Cider is another brand. But I really just kind of wanted like something, just a desire of mine had been like brand collaborations. And so I got one. A brand reached out to me, I think last week sometime about collaborating and doing a review for them. They pretty much paid, like sponsored like the review, and it was really fun. And so I was really excited about that. And I'm gonna tell you how I did it, what my process was with manifesting. So the thing about that is I think that I had affirmed for like a little while about like brand collaborations and brands reaching out to me to collaborate. And it was more specific to, I think, and the reason why I'm really not sure is because I do know that I didn't spend a whole lot of time affirming for like a brand collaboration. Like I affirmed for a little bit, but like not really like a whole lot. Like it wasn't really like a priority. And there are some things that are like a priority today that I'm still like affirming for. I wouldn't call them bigger things, because I don't think that anything is bigger than the other thing. I don't think that something is more harder to manifest than another thing, but there are like a couple of things that I'm still like affirming for. And this is just a part of my process of like, I don't even want to say really understanding the whole thing because I understand it. Um, I think that this, I think that I'm just kind of getting more language about what I had been doing all along. But anyway, I haven't like really affirmed for like brand deals. What I do affirm on a daily basis is like money falls in my lap, and that like everything that I desire just comes to me. And so that includes um like brand deals and opportunities. Like I affirm that opportunities fall in my lap. Um Opportunities just come to me, like opportunities are chasing me. I affirm things like that. And then lo and behold, I got this email about like a business collaboration. Um and so Yeah, another thing I do is I check my emails all the time. I'm always checking my emails. And I'm always checking my emails for money. And I'm always checking my emails for opportunities to like business opportunities. So it's interesting how that actually like panned out, which leads me to the next topic of this video about circumstances and how they don't matter. Okay. So when it comes to like intentionally manifesting, a lot of, I don't even want to call it a process. or I don't want to call it a process and I don't want to call it work, but a lot of what you're doing when you are manifesting on purpose is here. Like it's really here. Um, the affirmations are here. Affirmations are your thoughts. And so when you have a desire, your affirmations are the thoughts that you are thinking on purpose in the direction or in alignment with your desire. But that's all here. Stuff like scripting, visualizing, and whatever other techniques you stumble upon or whatever other techniques are out here, all of those things are kind of outside of here, but they are supposed to like put you in like the mental state of like believing that you already have what it is that you desire. But manifesting on purpose is strictly here. It's strictly like in your mind. And it's strictly thinking that whatever it is that you want, you already have it. Okay. And so the reason why circumstances don't matter is because nothing outside of your mind can affect what goes on in your mind, if that makes sense. So I think I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna use this as an example. I'm a woman, right? I was born female. I have a vagina, I have ovaries, I have all of the workings that make me a female. I was physically born a female, right? And so because of that, um, if I find myself broke and homeless, if I find myself rich and famous, if I find myself in the hospital, if I find myself in Costa Rica, if I find myself naked, if I find myself fully clothed, if I I don't know, like if I lose a limb or if I end up blind or any, no matter what circumstance I find myself in life, no matter what circumstance I find myself in, that doesn't change like what I am. That doesn't change the fact that I was born a female. Okay. I'll do another example. Okay, let's use money as an example, right? I can think, right? Despite let's say I have a real example. I have a 9 to 5. I make so much money an hour, right? I get paid so much money a year, so much money a week, right? No matter what my current financial circumstance is, that has nothing to do with me telling myself every day that I'm a millionaire, that I'm abundant, that money falls out the sky and lands in my lap, that people always give me money, that money is easy to come by, that I always have money, that I'm wealthy, right? Because those are just circumstances, right? My current financial position is just a circumstance. And it doesn't, because it's outside of me, it can only affect what I think if I let it. But it can't just naturally affect what I think. Like I still have control over what I tell myself and what I think about myself, what I think about my finances, what I think about my job. Like that's all in my head. That's all in my imagination. That's all in my mind. And so, because what you desire and what you want, you have complete control over that in your mind. Nothing that happens outside of your mind can change your mind unless you let it change your mind. So that's why circumstances don't matter. Another reason why circumstances don't matter is because circumstances change all the time. They always change. They always change. The pandemic is a great example, right? We went from being able to freely move around and do whatever we need to do to everybody being on lockdown, except me. I had an essential job. I was still working. I was still getting up and going to work. I was still working. I was making a lot of money. I made a whole lot of money that year, but I was still working a lot. But like you can literally go from having a 9 to 5 to being a millionaire. People win the lottery all the time. Like circumstances like change all the time. A normal regular example would be the weather. Oh my God, it's spring. Like we have literally gone from like having like 60-degree weather to having snow the next day. It can literally be a thunderstorm now, and then by 6 o'clock, it could be sunny, like nothing ever happened because circumstances always change. And so that's why circumstances don't matter when it comes to you manifesting, whether that's a car, whether it's a job, whether that's manifesting a specific person, whether that's manifesting money, like nothing can get in the way. None of the circumstances can get in the way. They don't matter when it comes to manifestation because they always change. And then when it comes to the fulfillment of your manifestation, the circumstances are going to align in such a way that is so natural for your for you to get what it is that you want. Like the way that this business collaboration came about was so like I didn't have to do anything. um it literally just came to me. It was as simple as somebody being moved, which is why there's always movement. Somebody was moved. I don't even know how they found my TikTok. I don't have I have like close to 100, 800 followers on TikTok. Like I'm not like a major influencer yet. Um, so I don't know like how they stumbled across, but I do know that because I had a firm for however long, it did take a long time. I did spend like a long time affirming for brand deals, but because there was a desire, someone was moved, someone was led to my profile and was moved to ask me for a collaboration. They sent an email, I sent the email back. Like it was just as simple as that. And there are other things that transpired in my life, like being on the Andy Cohen show. Someone sent me a flyer about the opportunity, not even really auditions. They just sent me a flyer that they were looking for people to be on the show. I followed up on an email. I got sick the day of filming, and they were supposed to keep me updated on the next like filming. And so I thought I missed the opportunity, but I started to affirm that no, I'm always on Andy Cohen. I'm always on TV. They want me on the Andy Cohen show. They asked me to be on the show. In that instance, I was just moved because I hadn't heard from them in a while. I was just kind of like, well, let me just send an email just to follow up. So I sent an email, and that email led to me being on the show. Now, I'm not saying that to say that you have to take action when it comes to your manifestations. Sometimes you do, but let's say you manifest an SP or whatever, and you feel like you aren't getting any movement, or you feel like your affirmations or the law of assumption is not working, and you just want to take matters into your own hands and you want to reach out to them. I want to advise doing that. I would just advise letting your subconscious mind and your reticular activating system do the work. Like let the natural bridge of events happen because they will happen. um, Everything will just naturally move and occur, so that you can have what it is that you want. Another example, my mom has some stuff here at my apartment that I really wanted her to come and get. Okay. My mom lives in Arkansas. So while she had been telling me that she was going to come and get her things, a lot of stuff was just out of my mom's control because she doesn't have a car. Like she lives in another state. So, but regardless of that, I would affirm often, not all the time, but I would affirm often, like, oh, isn't it wonderful that my mom was able to come get her things? Isn't it wonderful? Like when I would look in the place where her stuff was, I would just say, you know what, isn't it wonderful that my mom was able to come get her things? Every time I looked at it, isn't it wonderful my mom was able to come get her things? Next thing I know, my auntie passed away. And because my auntie passed away, my mom had to come to the state that I live in. And that led to her getting her things. Unfortunate situation, but you see how the circumstances like aligned and naturally played out for me to actually get what it was that I wanted. Did I cause my auntie's death? No, I didn't. How could I do that? I did not. But it played out, the natural events of things played out in a way that, what I had been affirming was fulfilled. So that is why circumstances don't matter. Whatever it is that you want, when it comes to intentionally manifesting, you just want to focus on what you want. Okay. Affirm that you already have it. Oh, I already got a brand new car. No matter how many lifts you need to take, Ubers you need to take, buses you need to take, trains you need to take, bikes you need to ride, like how many times people gotta come pick you up, you just need to continue to say, you know what? I love having my own car. I love being able to go back and forth and do whatever I need to do because I got a new car. I love my new car. I love that it's paid for. I love that I like you just really just need to focus on what you want and you focus on that long enough, or every time it comes to mind, when you think about the things that you want, just affirm, that you already have it and you stay consistent in that until one day you'll look up and you'll have what it is that you want. So that's why circumstances do not matter.